more to it. And by the way, we've often had courts expect more too. So that goes.
Well, that's true too. I guess it cuts both ways.
You know, I've had Mr. Michelen, you're a named partner in the firm. You know, who's the associate? I want to know who is going to be responsible. Judges also ask the same questions.
Yeah.
You know, it's am I going to be able to reach you? But you're the one who's going to be handling this matter. And the courts want to know that as well as anybody else does. So, who is working on your case? How will the work be? How will the work be divided? You also, when we talk about billing practice and talk about with the lawyer, how often am I going to get billed? Now, most people think, I don't want to get billed. But you're wrong. You want to get billed.
You want to know what's going on.
Regularly.
That's a good point. I never thought about that.
You want to get billed regularly. You don't want the lawyer who sends a bill out every 90 days.
Because
it's too late.
Right. Can't remedy that.
It's too late.
Right.
It's too late.
I like that.
So, at the very least, it's got to be monthly. It's got to be monthly. And if you don't get a bill in that month, people say, oh, I'm not going to call my lawyer. Well, guess what? That bill is growing, my friend. So call them. Where's the bill?
Whether you call or not, that amount is sitting somewhere.
It's getting tacked on. Where is it?
Yeah.
What's the amount? And what is it? And this way you can contest it in small doses, and your memory is best suited. You get that bill in 90 days.
Right.
And it says that 3 months ago, we spoke for 20 minutes. Are you going to remember that it was 20 minutes?
It is very difficult when you go that far.
You have first of all, you're running a business, right? You have your own personal life. And you have this litigation. Am I going to remember whether it was 10 minutes or 20 minutes? But if it's within that 30 days, I more can remember things to help contest that, or to say it wasn't that long, or you agreed not to charge me. Because there might be conversations that the lawyer honestly just doesn't recall, saying, you know what, Matt, that email, you're right, I'll take that off the bill. Okay, so now the bill comes and still on there. 90 days later, he may not remember that he genuinely did. He's not trying to fleece you. It's genuinely just forgot, because he's busy as well. So it keeps everybody sharp and on their toes. And your lawyer now knows also, I'm going to be reporting this every 30 days.
Right.
So it's got to be accurate. You've got to be aware of it.
So what's another thing that you think is important for a good litigation attorney?
Well, to find a good litigation attorney, there are objective things other than relying on the lawyer themselves.
Okay.
You have the reported decisions. You can see if they've been successful.
Okay.
How long have they been in business?
Right.
Call the Better Business. It's the same as any other business. Find out if there are complaints. Call the Better Business.
I like that.
Call the Bar Association.
Really? Check the Bar Association.
They will have to tell you if they've reported decisions against this particular firm.
Find out how long they've been licensed.
How long they've been in practice. Where do they go to school? What is their background?
Right.
I'm not so big necessarily on the credentials, although, and I have good credentials, so it's not that. To me, it's more what have you done in the court.
I see.
Okay, because you could have been a very intelligent person. You certainly could be coming out of a very well-known law school with good grades and law review and all of that, but have you won in court? We all know those people who are highly intelligent but can't find their way out of a parking garage.
Absolutely.
So that's not what you need.
You need somebody that's been on the road.
And has both.
Right.
There are both out there.
Right.
You need somebody who has that capacity, that intelligent, the ability to analyze issues and decide issues, but who also can prove things and get things done for you in court. You know, there's people who I'm sure study the science of boxing and know it inside out, but in the arena you want a boxer. You don't want a student of the game.
Right.
You want someone in the game. There are lawyer rating sites.
You mean on the
internet? Lawyer rating sites.
Which ones do you recommend? Avo?
I'm on Avo, okay? Which is, we don't pay for it. It's how we met, as a matter of fact.
Yes.
AVVO. It rates it. You can see why a lawyer is rated that way. It lists the lawyer's qualifications. You can see questions and answers that the lawyer has answered.
Yeah.
There's a very objective way to evaluate whether this lawyer knows what he's talking about. It shows whether that person has practiced in this field that you're looking to ask the lawyer to get involved in. Martindale Hubbell is another good lawyer rating service.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
It's the oldest one. It's been around, I think, since the turn of the century. Their website is lawyers.com. They got a good domain name, right?
Oh, very easy, yeah.
Lawyers.com.
Everyone's going to remember that.
And you can find, they have ratings. And the reason why that's another good site is because those ratings come from very vast surveys of other lawyers. If another lawyer says you're a good lawyer, you're a good lawyer, because we're very competitive. And,
Interesting.
and
But wouldn't you think that other lawyers would rate their competitors badly?
right, but there's checks and balances.
Oh, you really?
Right, because of the number of lawyers that are questioned, you have to get X percentage of votes in a particular category for that to be your rating. So if one guy wants to give you the bad review,
Right,
even 5 guys want to give you a bad review,
right.
that's not going to be enough to skew your rating.
I see.
You need the majority of people who have been asked and responded to these surveys to say this guy doesn't know what he's doing.
So you got to be pretty bad to be bad.
Right. You have to, no, but lawyers are honest. There's different levels of ratings. You won't get the highest rating. You might get someone to say he's a good lawyer as opposed to an excellent lawyer. He has a good reputation for ethics because it has 2, Martindale Hubbell has 2 ratings. Qualified, legal qualifications, in other words, are you a good lawyer?
Right.
And the second one, how are you rated ethically by your fellow members
That's
of the
important.
bar? Right, that's important. Can you be trusted? Are you sneaky? Are you try to, you know, double hand, double cross? Or, you know, can you be relied upon? And these 2 ratings come together to form your rating, an AV rating, a BV rating, a BD, whatever. So that's an objective way. Obviously, you can Google the lawyer's name.
See what they've done.
See
if
what
they show up.
See if they've come up. Not every lawyer has handled cases that gain that notoriety, but it's one way to see, again, what are the types of cases that this person has been involved in.
But you know, one thing I've noticed, I have Googled several lawyers in our place, and it's really staggering to me how many don't deem the website important at all. I mean, you can't find anything. I mean, you can barely, there's no picture, there's no bio, there's just like a city yellow pages listing on it. But that's it. I mean, it's staggering to me that in this day of the internet, that most attorneys make no effort whatsoever to have a web presence. You know, it's staggering to me.
Well,
what is that all about?
I don't know, but from a marketing point of view, that's okay by me. Let's hope they stay. I hope they stay in the dark. I don't have a problem.
So
with that.
let's not have lawyers look at this
right.
video.
I think a lot of it is
you really can't find anything.
We're slow to
Change.
pick up
Okay.
on new changes. You know, I happen to be part of a progressive firm. We've always been out there from day one.
And
Our
I
firm was
love
formed
that
in
about
'77.
I love that.
We were the first to try all different types of advertising to reach out to different people and do different things. But yeah, I've seen that also, and I think now, you know, we're going to be seeing this next generation of entrepreneurs are going to know nothing but the internet. We're almost there, but definitely the next wave will know nothing other than the internet as marketplace. They will not know even TV ads and yellow page advertisement, and that's going to be like someone who says, you know what I'm going to do for a living? You know, I'm going to have a horse and buggy business. Yeah, okay. At one time, horse and buggy business was a great business, but you know, so I think people better get off the schneid and be aware that this is the new thing. And by the way, it also creates all kinds of different, you know, avenues and different litigation that comes up also. But so the internet, a law firm's website is not a bad point to look at least to see their experience.
Well, I'd like to know what attorneys are in the law firm, who are the principals. I mean, I don't think that's too much to ask to get the broad strokes.
What kind of cases have they handled?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I know this firm in Columbus. I mean, you know, there's several attorneys. There's no website for them, and one of their attorneys is a 30-year-old and doesn't do email. Forget a web page. She doesn't even do email. I mean, a 30-year-old, can you imagine that?
No, I actually can't imagine that. But
It's
I really
crazy.
can't imagine that.
It's
Even
crazy.
my senior partners in the firm who are more than 30.
And it's
do
very
email.
discouraging, I have to tell you. And it's not so much that they're bad attorneys. It's more like, okay, I have no easy way to get a hold of you.
Right.
Sometimes you don't need a phone call. Sometimes a quick email is all you need.
Exactly.